thought I'd do a video on these wheels. There's not a whole lot of information on them out there. There's an Indonesian video, I believe, where they talk about this, and PandaPodium themselves have talked about these wheels. But this is the Pertual Sharp, the rim brake version, so you're probably not going to see a whole lot of these out there. I ordered these from PandaPodium. They came super quick. Here's the box. Probably, I don't know, 7 to 10 days. It was like way faster than I thought it would be. And in the box, you get the skewers, of course, some brake pads, and you got a pair of socks. That's cool. Let's get to the wheels. So I've got this front wheel on the scale. Of course, it's turned off, so let's turn it back on. And okay, it's zeroed out. This is much harder than it seems. Okay, so front wheel, 650 grams. It's a nice wheel. Comes with tape. You know, it's got this cool spoke pattern, and then the ridges, which I've heard are for strength, although they do sort of look like you know, the aero ripples you see on Zip NSWs or Princeton or some of the other wheels. So there's the front wheel. Let's take a look at the rear. So I've seen a video where it looks like they got wheel bags. No wheel bags here. That's okay. I don't need any more wheel bags. I'll take off the packing bits here. So the rear wheel looks nice. Okay, let's weigh it. So 800, 650, not bad. 1450, definitely lighter than the wheels I have on my bike right now, which are good wheels, but they're the Boyd Podiums, I think. I'll get the tires on them and get some sealant in it, put the cassette on. We'll do a real world weight, but they're nice looking wheels. We'll see how they perform. Will these wheels fit on a Tarmac SL6 rim brake? And yes. Once again, let me get the calipers here and measure this again. So, you know, I don't know. So 30. It's almost like a 32 now. You started out as 28, so it's pretty beefy. I don't know if I'm measuring this the right way, but you know, 32-ish. And if we look in here, we have clearance. Yeah, I mean, I probably don't want to pick up any big rocks or anything. I mean, they'll get ejected, but pretty amazing. This last generation rim brake SL6 can actually take a pretty big tire. Okay, we have the Pertual Sharp rear wheel mounted, so let's check out our clearances on this 2018, maybe 2019 S-Works Tarmac, and it looks good. I didn't do the caliper test on this tire. I'm just going to guess it's going to be the same. Let's check it out. Okay. It's, I mean, it seems thinner a little bit. Not sure what the difference could be between the two tires. The front one seems to have expanded a little more. But yeah, lots of clearance. One thing I'm interested in is the Boyd wheels had a little bit of deflection when I would sprint, so we'll see how these guys do, and I'll see if I hear the hit of the rim on the brake pads. Okay, and how about a actual weight of the bike as I would race it? Let's see here. We've got 7.53 kilograms, 16 pounds, 12 ounces. It's I mean it's light. I could make it lighter. There's some things that are heavy-ish. I have the Cell SMP Nimber. It has the carbon rails, but it's not the lightest saddle. I have these Garmin power pedals. Once again, not the lightest. Same with the stem and bars. They're not super heavyweights, but they're not the lightest. Some sort of Data Superbox stem and Data Super something associated handlebars. Dura-Ace direct mount brakes. Dura-Ace 9200 crank. Once again, I think these cranks are maybe 150 grams heavier than the 9100s, mainly because they went away from the composite bonding or the whatever they use, and now these are, I think, completely hologram, so they won't have the same issues with debonding or delamination that the previous generation had. And this bike is also interesting because it has what looks like a Shimano drivetrain, and we have the cassette, the Shimano chain, and the Dura-Ace crank. That's a 165. But these are SRAM Red 22 mechanical shifters, but they have the Ratio Technologies cogs put in, which are around $100, I believe, and it allows you to run 12 speed, either SRAM or Dura-Ace, and if you, depending on the option you choose, they will send you pulleys for your derailleur so that things match. So my bike's a little confused. It's got SRAM components, but for all intensive purposes, it's a Shimano transmission. And it shifts really well. It works good. If you want to keep your mechanical bike around for a lot longer, take a look at the Ratio Technologies. And yeah, these wheels are nice. I'm looking forward to testing them out today. PandaPodium, Pertual Sharp rim. If you go to the Pertual website, you don't see them listed anymore. So I'm just going to guess they've done their production run, and PandaPodium can get a hold of them. There's really no benefit to going directly through Pertual. PandaPodium got them here in super fast time, and you get a pair of socks, which, here, let's take a look at what they are now that I opened them. So I got Power, Panda Face. Let's do the correct one. Here we go. Panda, Power. So I'll wear these today. It's cool. Anyway, that's it on the Pertual Sharp wheels. I'll do another update after I take them out for a test ride. I wanted to make another comment about these wheels before I take them out for a ride. When you look at them, like you see the this little bump here, which looks like an arrow ridge. I'm not quite sure if it actually is considered arrow by Pertual. I think it's really there to reinforce the area between the spokes, but perhaps it has arrow capabilities. And the other thing is when you look at these wheels, especially the rear wheel, not so much the front, they're very reminiscent of like a Campagnolo Bora WTO. You have the, I forget what Campy calls it, but the three spoke groups. Unlike a WTO, this wheel uses rim tape. It's not the two-way fit that Campagnolo has, where it's a molded, formed channel, so you don't need rim tape. Depending on your point of view, rim tape's good. It allows you to service the spokes without having to drag a spoke nipple with a magnet tool. The downside is you have the rim tape. I've had WTO Ultras, which have the hidden spoke nipples, which that would be nice if Pertual had something like that, but then you'd have to deal with the solid channel. But they're still good looking wheels. I think the WTOs, I think it's more of a radial spoking pattern on the front. I can't remember, but you don't have this large gap. So yeah, I don't know if they actually claim that there's any aero advantage, so I don't want to speak for them, but maybe there is some with this little ripple. Seems like it couldn't hurt when you hit a crosswind. Okay, I think I forgot something important. I guess in these videos, people oftentimes want to hear what the free hub sounds like. So let's spin it up and take a listen. It's pretty quiet. It's quieter than the Boyd, definitely quieter than the Hunt, but not as quiet as the WTOs that I was running. I've just gotten back from about 2 hours of riding on these Pertual Sharp wheels, and my overall feeling is they're really nice. They feel closer to the NV SES 4.5s that I used to have. They're more stable in the crosswinds than the Boyd Podiums. We have a pretty strong headwind out here today. So felt good in the crosswind. I didn't do any big climbs or descents, just rollers, but they felt stable and they feel good. Certainly the increased tire width due to the 21 millimeter internal width of the rim makes these 28s, which I think this one got like a little bit wider than the rear, but like they're closer to 30s or 31s now that they're inflated. But yeah, these are a real good value, and it's a little bit of a shame that these types of bikes and these types of wheels are going extinct, because this is a 16 and a half pound, it's a 58 at that, bike, all mechanical, easy to maintain, easy to work on. I mean, it rides and shifts just as well as any of the bikes I have with whatever wireless super record or electronic red or Di2. I mean, it's not as fast and as crisp, but it certainly gets the job done, and shifting has never slowed me down in races unless I'm not maintaining my bike and I throw a chain. But I've seen chains thrown on electronic systems as well, so it's all depends on the setup. But back to these wheels, it's a good deal, and we'll see how they perform as I put them through some longer and harder rides and do some climbing and some serious descents. But yeah, I say if you're in the market for a modern rim brake wheel with a wider internal width, and certainly if your bike can handle the width, and like this Tarmac SL6 can handle the width of these tires and wheels, no problem. Anyway, check them out. Got them at PandaPodium, and yes, I am wearing my Panda socks that I was sent.